Get ready to make a piggy bank. Hi, Marie here. Welcome to Pottery Crafters. You found video number 14 in our Beginner Pottery Wheel Project series. Today you'll learn how to throw, decorate, and glaze a piggy bank. And yes, you'll see the finished piece. If you like what you see, please like the video. And if you want to support me or see new videos, feel free to subscribe and hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button to get a notification whenever I upload a video. Before we get started, here's a list of tools and supplies I use to make the piggy bank, which will also be down below in the show notes along with any other important information I may talk about throughout the video. The tools and supplies listed are only recommendations and items I use on a daily basis. I'll be starting with the clay already centered, so if you're having any problems with centering your clay, you can check out my video up above. With that said, enjoy the video and make sure you stay to the end to see the finished piece. Let's get started. For this project, I have 2 pounds of Amico Stoneware 38 white clay. When pressing down with your thumbs to open, brace the clay on the outside with your hands. After opening the clay, it's important to use your needle tool, especially for beginners. You want to make sure you have at least 1/3 of an inch of clay on the bottom. When pulling up the walls, you want to leave extra clay on the top to make the dome and the piggy's nose. You want the walls of the piggy bank to be on the thicker side to hold all those coins. Getting the extra water out with your sponge stops the water from penetrating and weakening the clay. If the rim starts to flare out, cone it in with both hands. I'm using the metal scraper to get the slip off the sides. This helps to keep the clay stronger by compressing the clay particles together. Pull up the extra clay to form the dome. Get any water out of the bottom before doming up the clay and forming the nose. As the rim gets smaller, use your fingers to brace the inside while gently bringing the clay up and inward on the outside. If the nose is uneven, like mine is, use your needle tool to trim off the top. Smooth out the body with the metal scraper. Flare out the end of the nose a bit and compress the rim. Get the extra clay off and round off the bottom with the wooden modeling tool. Then let dry to leather hard. I'm using the handheld extruder and the small coil die to make the eyes of the little piggy bank. I'm cutting the coils with my cleanup tool to make the eyelids. Placing them where I want them and marking them with the cleanup tool. Then scoring with the wire brush scoring tool and applying slip with the detail brush. Dipping my fingers in water and blending the eyelids into the body of the little piggy. Make 2 little eyeballs. After you get the desired size of the eyeballs, score and slip them into the sockets. I'm using the Ball Stylus dot tool to give the eyes definition. Then using the plastic modeling tool to give the Piggy's face a little character. The wire brush scoring tool is great for making eyelashes. To make the mouth, flatten a small piece of clay and cut out the lower lip. Place it below the nose, mark it, then score and slip it on. The smooth sponge is great for smoothing out the clay. For the ears, I'm using a large coil die and flattening it out. Then cutting to the size I want. Doing it this way ensures that they are the same size and thickness. Then shape them into ears. You can make the ears stick up or droop over. I'm doing one of each. Find the spot you want the ears to be, then score and slip them on. Blend them into the body with the modeling tool and a little slip on the detail brush. For the feet, I'm using the large coil die. Cut the 4 coils about 1.5 inches long, then tap them down to 1 inch to make 4 little pig feet. I'm using the Kemper circle-shaped clay cutter to remove the extra clay in the feet so they dry faster and more evenly. After placing the feet on the body, mark them and remove them. Then make holes in the body with the circle clay cutter. This is done to allow the air to get to the feet, which helps prevent cracking and dries faster and more evenly. Score and slip both the body and the feet. then smooth out with the modeling tool and a little slip on the detail brush. Roll out a small 2-inch coil. Wrap it around the modeling tool to make the little pig's tail. Then score and slip it on. And cut a hole for access to all those coins. Then cut a slot for depositing all those coins. After moving the piggy's tail over to the proper spot, I'm letting it dry, and into my scud kiln it goes for a bisque firing at cone 04. After the bisque firing, the piggy bank gets a sponge bath. Then its feet waxed. After the wash and wax, I'm going to decorate my piggy bank with pink and red polka dots. With the aid of the Kemper circle clay cutters, I can make perfect circles. The pencil lines will burn right off. Using Speedball black underglaze in the eyes and the lines on the face. Oh no, I lost my tail. All is not lost. After underglazing, I'll fix it with a little bisque fix. I'm using the fine detail brushes to underglaze the tail, dots, mouth, nose, and feet with Speedball pink, red, and spectrum fuchsia. This underglaze goes on smoothly and wipes off nicely if you make any mistakes. I'm using Speedball light blue for the eyelids and eyes, and black to define the eyelashes. Not happy with the black lines on the face, I'm replacing them with red. Finish underglazing the dots and the feet and touching up the nose, then tending to the tail. I'm using Amico Bisque Fix. A few dabs will do for this little tail. Before using, make sure you mix really well. The trick to making it stick is patience. Holding the pig's tail for 4 minutes did the trick. Wait another hour. Underglaze the tail again and let dry. I'm applying Amico Satin Clear Glaze with the small hack brush. Mix the glaze well and pour it through a strainer to catch any clumps or debris that may be lurking in the glaze before applying. If you're new to glazing, you can check out my article on 27 glazing tips for beginners. I left a link for you in the description below. Let dry and float on one more coat. With clear glaze, you only need 2 coats. Wipe any glaze off its feet, let dry, and into my Scud kiln it goes for a final firing at cone 5. Here's the finished piggy bank. He's so cute. I'm glad I was able to save the tail, and I found a little cork for him. So far, this one is my favorite piece. I'm glad that you could join me for this project. It was quite fun to make. What do you think? Feel free to post any comments, questions, or even ideas for future videos in the comments section below. Some of the best tips and feedback come from you. I hope you've learned a thing or two to make your own piggy bank. Check out my other videos from Pottery Crafters. And don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever a new video comes up. I'll see you in the next video.